You've been watching movie stars and fitness stars on how to get fitness tips. We're going to talk about why that may be the wrong thing for you to do in today's body group, biceps. Let's get started. Welcome back. What's going on? It's your dude, That Guy Health. Today we're going to talk about biceps, how to work them, how not to work them, and why you shouldn't be paying attention to movie stars and some fitness stars on how to take your fitness tips. Remember, whether you want to lose weight, lean muscle, however you want to reach your goals, you can head over to the website, thatguyhealth.com, pick you out a subscription plan, and we can get started on getting your goals done today. So let's go ahead and get started on today's topic, biceps, all right? So we're going to be talking about the biceps. And the first thing we're going to address is the fact that your body does not care how you're trying to get something done. The only thing your body wants to do is to complete the task as efficiently as possible to the way it thinks it should be. All right, so that's going to be whether it's going to require primary movers or prime movers, or it's going to require synergist movers. All right, and those are muscles that you're not meaning to work but could assist in the movement. So when it comes to trying to build muscle and work certain areas, we want to isolate that area and put as much intensity in that area as we can, i.e. today, the bicep. So common mistakes that you will see on doing a bicep curl is you'll typically see people do a swing, all right? One of the reasons why that is because one, you probably have too much weight on there and you probably should move your weight down, or two, you simply don't know the correct form and how to do the movement. So when you see the swing, you'll perhaps see people use a cheat. They'll swing up and then they'll bring their body in. Well, that's just what they're doing. They're bringing their body in. They're not actually contracting the bicep, although the bicep is moving. Let's not get it too twisted. Yes, can you get gains off of doing exercises the wrong way? True. Will you maximize your gains off of doing exercises the wrong way? No, you won't, all right? So let's take a look at some of these people you all are probably looking at online. I.e., let's go to Kevin Hart, all right? So Kevin Hart typically posts a lot of fitness material, him getting healthy, which there's nothing wrong with that. If you all want to look at Kevin Hart as a motivational piece, something that you like to aspire to get to or maybe even pass, that is totally fine. But when it comes to looking at Kevin Hart for how to do moves, these are not things that you should follow, all right? So let's take a look at this. It's a short clip. we're going to run the clip and then we're going to talk about what's wrong with it, all right? So first thing you see right here is he has 70 pounds, 70 pounds of weight, all right? He's doing typical bicep barbell curl. And what you notice he's doing is he's doing one little hump is what I call our swinging motion. So when he does the swinging motion, he gets most of his energy from the swinging motion, not contracting the bicep, okay? Now you have to understand, contraction is what causes the muscle to move an extremity or any other part of your body. The muscle has to contract to move that. Muscles don't push out, okay? So muscles don't exert force by pushing out. They only exert force by contracting to move a limb. So the other thing that's going to happen is you're going to have an antagonist muscle group. And I said we weren't going to get too deep in terminology, but this is not too deep. We're kind of going at 5 foot of water. So in order to bring this arm or this forearm piece down, what happens is I have an antagonist, and that's going to be my tricep, all right? My tricep is going to contract to bring that arm back into this position. In order to bring it in the upward position, my bicep will contract. My antagonist, which is my tricep, will extend. All right, so that's what we're going to put in there just for you to get a little bit of the concept of what's going on in this move. So what you see is Kevin Hart doing the swing where he's getting most of his force from. By the time he gets the swing in, his arms are already up here, which you see his elbow move past his waistline, past this center line, and starts moving upward. Then when he gets about right here, he moves inward. You see his elbow go back and his body get close, which gives you the illusion that he's done a correct bicep curl. Not in this case, all right? I've just pointed out everything to you about why he did not do a correct bicep curl. So I got right here about 75 pounds. Kevin had 70. Hopefully we can go ahead and get this weight up and I can show you how it should look, all right? So he had about a medium grip, which is what I got here. No warm up. Now what he was doing is he was swinging and bringing his body in. Swinging, bringing his body in, all right? Swinging, bringing his body in. That's not what we want to do. What we want to do is we want to go ahead, push your shoulders back, get your elbows as fixed as possible, and then you want to go ahead, take the weight, curl it up, and you see my elbows staying downward, all right? They're staying almost in the same position as I'm starting throughout the move, okay? And that right there contracts and puts majority of the intensity in my bicep. Now, something that you might not be able to see when I'm doing that move is my wrist position. I'm not curling my wrist in, all right? That in itself, depending on where you are in the move, could cause an excessive amount of force on your wrist and could run you into injury, all right? What you want to do, keep that wrist taut, straight, parallel with the forearm, and that also would maximize intensity or contraction in your bicep. Another thing you don't have to do is not all the time do you have to go into a full extension, which could run into hyperextension in the elbow area. You can come partially down about right here, which would also still keep the bicep engaged, and go ahead and come back up. And all the time, you don't want to come all the way up. There are certain points in this move where your bicep would tend to drop out, synergist muscles will pick up, and that means we're not getting full intensity or as much intensity as we can into the muscle group throughout the entire move, all right? So we've looked at a movie star, looked at his form. I've told you what's wrong with it. I've pointed out some of the things that you could improve upon if you're doing the same thing, all right? Now we're gonna go ahead and look at somebody that would be considered a fitness star on social media. So a fitness star. Now this weight is quite a bit heavier. He's using a barbell, a bench barbell, which is already 45 pounds. He has two 45-pound plates or a 45-pound plate on each side, which puts us at 135 pounds. And I'm gonna say there are different levels to this. If you're curling 135 pounds, you're in a pretty good position, all right? Strength-wise, hypertrophy-wise, and any otherwise. But if you're curling 135 pounds and you're not curling it correctly or as correct as possible, you're probably doing more damage than you are doing good. So let's take a look at this clip. Let's run this one. All right, so as you see, he steps up. He's gonna go ahead and he starts curling. He gets a little cheat. Now, a little cheat with heavier weight is okay. Cheating with moderate to less weight, you're probably not in the best situation right here. But as his camera view comes around, what you notice right here is his elbows are having a major shift from front to back, okay? Front to back. So right now we got the cheat in, which with heavier weight can be okay. But what we also have is major movement of the elbow from the back, crossing the plane, going front ways, all right? We're gonna talk about why that's a problem. That's a problem because right now, like I told you before, your body wants to get the move done as efficiently as possible. So your mind does not care what muscle groups it has to incorporate or recruit in order to get the move done. It just wants to get the move done. It's your job to refocus that mental capacity in order to structure the body on saying, I don't want to use these other muscle groups, these synergist muscles. I want to use the prime muscle mover. So we need to stay in this form. If you're not doing that, it's strictly because you probably have too much weight on the barbell or you're doing too much weight in any exercise that you're doing, okay? You're not even giving yourself an opportunity. Your body's saying there's no other way for us to get this weight from point A to point B but to recruit these other muscle groups. I don't care what you're gonna do. It's not gonna happen unless we do it, okay? So we wanna decrease that weight to give our body the opportunity to go ahead and put as much intensification into that muscle group. So let's continue. As he goes around, you'll see that major elbow swing, but right here, what you see from the side view is you see his elbows moving so far forward that basically what is he doing? He's doing a frontal or anterior delt raise, okay? And like I told you earlier, the muscle has to contract in order to move an extremity, all right? So right here, when you see this major swing, and I mean, he's got major swing in this. I mean, almost, I'd say 90 degrees of swing to the point where he's almost in an upward bicep curl, like he's doing face curls. Well, the only muscle group that's gonna get him from that point to that point in that fashion is this anterior or this front delt, Okay, so right now what you have is the extreme contraction of the front delt to get that 135 pounds up. And if you notice, there's little change in degree angle between his forearm and the bicep, which means he's not typically or even doing a real bicep curl. By then the bicep job is done. I mean, the bicep is supposed to operate within this range, and the front delt did the work to get it here, and now we're collapsing in. These are the things that should tell you, I need to drop my weight. I need to have better form. All right. So with that being said, decreasing your weight and having maximum concentration within those muscle groups will yield better results over time, decrease your chances of having injuries or ailments. All right, this is not a macho man competition, macho woman competition. This is, I'm trying to get the best out of each exercise so I can be a better version of me tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. That's what the goal is. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. If you're in a sprint, I'm telling you, you're headed for the wrong destination eventually. So those are some of the things about bicep curls. If you haven't checked out Burnham Biceps, it's a routine I have here using dumbbells, not a barbell. It's definitely a good one. And also, if you're looking for online training or more tips just like this, you can head over to the website, thatguyhealth.com. It's an awesome subscription. Not only will you get my assistance on online coaching, but you're going to get my personalized fitness app. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, where you are in the state, where you are as far as your living quarters, whether it be traveling hotel to hotel, home gym, fitness gym, a conglomerate gym. I will be able to personally tailor your workouts to your location and your area right there on the fly. You could be on the other side of the world, and as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, you can contact me through this fitness app. I can go ahead then change your protocol, and it's going to automatically populate right there in your phone. No PDFs. Plus, you're going to have the benefit of using instructional videos within every exercise that I prescribe to you. Not only that, we can help you with your nutrition, which is also going to help you with your weight loss, muscle gain, whatever your goals are. So we went over biceps and why you shouldn't be paying attention to movie stars and some fitness stars. Instead of you do That Guy Health, which is a certified personal trainer, because I'm here to help you reach your goals. So like always, you know what I say, peace, be safe, and let's build together.